Hello and welcome back to Rogue Trader. We are heading to Footfall today, and we are going to get into the meat of Act 4. The actual quests, I imagine, probably beat Act 4. I don't know how long it's going to be as an act. I'm told 4 and 5 are pretty quick acts, but we've been going through a lot of stuff. But of course, we have to start off this space battle this morning that crashed at the end of yesterday. And I totally forgot that we had this right away this morning. So let's dive into some battles. We got lots to do. I think the latest patch was causing some issues with this fight, with actually all space combat fights. Unleashed. So I think something was just kind of happening there, but I had a fix recommended to me that hopefully works. Otherwise, we're going to have a weird cut this morning. Let's make sure this guy goes down right away.
Let the incandescent beams scorch our enemies.
I don't want any of these goons. We got one back there as well. You know what? I'm gonna spin him. Yeah, that's gonna force him to go through that asteroid field and take a bunch of damage, which I think is a good idea. You can, well, that's only our guy there, so Cobra. Oh yeah, they're all over the place. I reckon we're mostly gonna get ignored. Should we use all hands on deck? No, that's right. We wanted to use maximum overdrive on this one, but we'll probably trigger it next round. I'm gonna drop the cooldown on Arc Augury in the meantime, and you know what? We might as well do a vulnerability scan. This bomber wing's probably going to struggle to get in range with anybody right now, but set him up a little bit and see what we can do. This vessel is focused on chasing down transport ships. They got the thirst for plunder. That old guy has the asteroid field debuff now as well. This is nice. This guy's weak spot is wide open to us. Oh, okay. I thought that guy just went inside of us. Phrasing? Yes, he did get damaged because he went through the asteroid field. Not a lot, but he did take a little bit. Each vessel in the asteroid field immediately suffers hull damage. Torpedoes immediately detonate upon reaching it. Attack craft deal more damage while in the asteroid field. Oh, that's also fun. I'm gonna send some more attack craft up onto those guys. See what we can't do. And then ideally, shoot as much of this as we can while we're in the acceleration phase. Let's actually turn on maximum overdrive.
Send them into the cold void.
And then hopefully, this being his weak spot. Oh, so close.
Charter course.
Even if I jump, that's going to be out of range. This only affects macro cannons. Yeah, and that's a dorsal lance weapon, so... no real need to use that. I don't think we need to warp jump here either. What if... well, I can't use that on the Master of Etherics. All right. That's all we can do here. That dude is just out of range. All right, you're going to about face then. He's going to have to come up, so. Send those bomber wings up. That guy takes a little bit more asteroid damage, which is nice. Now he's in bombing range. Phases for space combat I find a bit confusing. After a while, I'll understand them properly. Yeah. They seem like a weird departure right away, but then you realize how it works pretty quickly, I think. Your crash costs you like 20 minutes of gameplay. No biggie. Save early, save often. F5 for quick save. I cannot recommend it enough. Our ship's an absolute demon in combat. Could you imagine if we had access to a ship like the size of these things? Oh my god, yeah. If we had like a battle cruiser, be able to do some real damage. Bye. That'd be the dream right there. So... that guy blow up? I guess so. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. That's too short. But not if I warp jump. Beautiful. These guys are all also set to plunder.
Let destruction fall.
Can actually hit that guy with the howler cannons, which is real nice. I want to say let's
Send them into the cold void.
lance him. Nice. That put him on retreat.
Eviscerate them.
Beautiful. I know that shield pulse is a total waste, but I need to use that ability in order to get it back, in order to be able to upgrade it. So let's go warp channeler. Or I'm gonna twist you. Goddamn bombers remain out of range. But we'll drop a bomb on this guy. It's pretty good damage. That guy should be able to bomb him from where he is, assuming he doesn't get intercepted. So many ships. Oh, he flew into the asteroid field with no health. 128 damage to a ship. We should have an escort with that jump. I feel like we're in pretty good shape. I'm gonna try this here. No, it's gonna give me the other side. I was hoping.
Let the incandescent beam scorch
A breach in the enemy shield has been revealed.
eviscerate
A
them.
breach in the enemy shield has been revealed.
Another knock on the macro cannon.
You're out of range. You're out of range. Not for long.
Unleash our wrath upon my enemies. Let destruction pour forth.
Dude. Our ship is a beast. It's just being mean at this point.
Steer us to our target.
Cannot be used in the end phase. Can only be used in the end phase, sorry. If I go here, then go here, then go here,
Storm of macro cannons.
then go here, and here.
Torment.
Should jumped first. Should have jumped first. Put on the front shields. His bomber wings are forced to come back to us right now. They haven't even been able to land a hit. How cool are the backdrops? I mean, these are pretty awesome. This is the planet we exploded, right? Like, this is Lethis down here. That we set off the cyclotronic bombs inside of. It's still exploding. Playing a Crime Lord Plasma Weapon Bounty Hunter, the damage numbers are crazy. Yo, I love that. In my Iconoclast run, I did a Crime Lord Sniper, and it felt wild. And I've since learned that apparently Sniper is like the worst scaled class right now. Now, macro cannons do a bunch of extra damage from inside of this. So I wonder. Don't think I can.
Let the Imperium guide us.
All these guys care about is booty, 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 rocking everywhere.
The enemy's void shield is down. I can taste their terror from here.
That's a lot of damage.
Let destruction pour forth. The enemy's void shield has been nullified. The incandescent beams scorch our enemies. The glory of the Imperium.
Oh my god, I have enough to spin again.
Emblazon our path.
The ship is too good. Oh, I'm just out of the cloud here, so I actually can't
Macro cannon.
hit him.
Annihilate them.
Nobody survives battle with this void ship.
That is true, Adira. All right, well, let's spin you. Ooh, spin very well. And we'll put up the left shields, though that might not be right. One set of bombers back, the other set of bombers trying to make its way. Somehow the Viper class still alive. Against all odds. This guy's forced to fly through an asteroid field. We're getting donged, but that did look like it was on potentially the good side. And our bombers, well, actually, they're not going to be able to do anything. Two of those guys are not moving. I don't like that this guy is in the front. Oh, melted torpedoes. Let's go. Boop.
Hit our enemy's defenses.
Boop.
Unleash our wrath upon my enemies.
I
Goodbye.
hear their dying pleas in the void.
Auger cannon.
Unleash the storm of macro cannons.
Absolute
Their fate
massacre
awaits them.
in this space right now.
Send them into the cold void.
And so it will be with anyone who stands in our way.
Torpedoes. Now.
Goddamn massacre.
Eviscerate them.
Lance weapon fire. Can I ram this guy? Oh, I thought I was still in the acceleration phase. I don't know. Go back around this way, maybe.
Imperium guide us.
Well, we still have new heading. I probably should have fixed my shields a bit better there, but what are you going to do? The Viper class might take him out. My shields! Shoot the helmsman. He's saying loyalist shenanigans. Sniper's the worst, dang. Only run through I've done since revisiting was pumping a sniper, so I one-shot everything. I mean, I don't know, man. They say sniper is the worst, but I'm with you. I don't, like, understand. That's crazy to me if sniper is the worst, because the sniper does a crazy amount of damage. I'm just telling you what the min-maxers tell me.
Is this the best they could do? How disappointing.
All right. Perfect. The load worked properly. Reporting in, all enemy vessels destroyed. When will these upstarts get the message? You attack a rogue trader, you'll be floating in the void like a dead rat in a lower decker soup. What are the barges? Successfully translated into the warp and are now on their way to the designated coordinates. How do they know where we were? Traitors. Some of them have infiltrated the crew, a dozen voidmen, a few officers, and even an astropath. The eyeless scumbag sent his mates the system coordinates when we arrived. Their ships must have been patrolling this region in hopes of discovering Lethus. Who are these traitors? I want to interrogate them. The Master at Arms handled the interrogation personally and managed to break the most resistant ones. In short, we learned that they wanted to destroy part of the tithe and retreat. Strange behavior for pirates, wouldn't you agree? The last one spat out a cryptic warning with his entrails. By the time you get back to Dargonis, it'll be too late. Well-coordinated, well-equipped signatures encrypted. They were mercenaries. Surprise, surprise. We gotta tell Marshal Strax about what happened here. Do we? We just, like, stole most of the tithe for ourselves. He's not gonna be super happy. But I guess... Beholding the truth. That is the end of the Turvantis stuff, I think. Well, it's a... Chart the course. What do you mean chart the course? Isn't there a very clear path right here? Oh, no. There's not. It looks like there is, but it actually just goes like that. My bad. During the warp voyage, the middle decks reported strange gatherings that were attracting dozens of officers. An investigation quickly bore fruit. One of the acolytes from the Augur deck proclaimed himself a prophet, is rambling about purification by blessed fire. We've dealt with this cult before. Let's just ban them. Mysterious disappearance of the prophet and frequent inspections of the deck and living quarters quickly put an end to the growing popularity. Last time it was just like we came out of it and they disappeared. Dargonis requires attention. Uh-oh. Stole, we've reappropriated valuable resources and are tasked to help the Expanse. There we go. That's the better way. Let's phrase it like that. I'll grab that phlogiston, because why not? And what is on this ice world? According to the ancient chronicles and maps handed to you by the Pilgrim, this used to be a prosperous imperial colony. A sharp change in its trajectory brought upon the warp caused the world to distance itself from the local star. We did this with the scanned... Right, we scanned this with augurs before, but we didn't have good enough augurs. And I don't know where to get better augers. And all of these are done except for the explorators. They're still worth checking in for those grenades every now and then. Out of curiosity, let's just see if we can pack up some stuff. We definitely have some like Imperial Navy upgrades as well here. You know, I'd like to get that project done if we can. God, we also have level ups. Does it never stop? Oh yeah, we gotta get these guys up a lot. Hold on one sec. Imperial Navy, reputation. Select all except ship components. We got a class 5 engine. We got yellow starfighters, a small plasma cannon, a lance battery, void ship planing, 400 scrap, and a Auspex multiband. $8,000 here. Just in case. Leave a couple of those for trade. Combat stims, stun grenades. Gain one more attack action after a kill, 30% chance. Two-handed sniper. Whenever the wearer inflicts a dot, they gain one stack of inevitability. As soon as you gain 10 stacks of inevitability, you deal Medicaid direct damage to all enemies suffering from dots, and the stacks of inevitability are removed. Whoa. Whoa. On Marazai, this could be insane. Unfortunately, I don't have him built for Medicaid. Most of this is junk. Heavy rock saw. Each attack with this saw increases their crit damage by number %. Strength bonus. And then a focus melta gun. Some Fortress World Tempestuous Carapace. I think we already have that. Tech use and logic can re-roll tech use and logic tests once per test. Ugh. Obviously on Pascal, that's really nice. Re-rolled a failed parry attempt once per attack with a chance of success equal to their willpower. Well, I like that. That would be good. Reloading a shotgun costs 0 AP. I also like that. Skatari Ranger armor. I also like that. That's very good. Ancient plasma rifles. Yeah, there's a lot of good Pascal stuff in here. Some good Astartes equipment. This is I think this is Imperium armor, breacher armor, persuasion. What? Holy smokes, this would be insane for me. This wearer gains temporary wounds for each of their allies at full wounds at the start of their turn. Plus 24% armor. So that's 70, 80, 90, basically 90 armor. This is an even better version of this inevitability thing. You only need 6 stacks instead of 10. My God. The British Museum appropriating instead of stealing. Try enjoy your food. Strategic transfer of equipment to alternative locations. Steal. I like that. Very, very good. Blood Raven motto. Okay. Well, we're getting there. We did get all these nice fancy new things. Let's definitely replace the bombers with Wraith starfighters. Equipped with heavy laser turrets. Let's use this. Internal fires go back up to doing full damage, but we very rarely have them. And this time our port and starboard get 12 points of damage reduction, more than double. Our engine, that's just a flat upgrade from 12 to 13. I just love our weird Xenos multiband. What about this guy? The Void Sunder Lance Battery. 91 to 105 damage in a wide firing arc, but it's only medium range. Well, I mean, honestly, it's more damage, so I'm going to take it. Plasma macro cannons, 8 shots at 10 damage per shot. Oh, but it's a dorsal weapon. Oh, that's kind of fun. But I don't know, man. The God's Bane is so good. Add that to cargo. Add these guys to cargo. That guy to cargo. That guy to cargo. Yeah, we'll hold on to the rest for now. Okay. All right. Cabela and Mezra, can have it on your build. I mean, it's a good combination if you're stacking those dots for sure. The Heartless. Man, I love every time this ship shows up. I just get to swing by, see what it's saying, and get free items. Captain reports an unexpected find while attempting to avoid a warp anomaly. It strayed far from its intended course and chanced upon an unmarked planetoid. On its surface, the scouting party discovered the ruins of a seemingly ancient Imperial fortification, along with evidence of a large-scale battle. They found a miraculously preserved weapon worthy of being part of your collection. A Vindicator Flamer. This is the two-handed flamer sword, which seems like an insanely good weapon. For certain characters. The barges carrying the tide have been seized and are heading off in an unknown direction. Multiple sources are boxing the flagship at once. I detect the signatures of several noble houses and the administratum. Who dared seize it? We're getting reports of it being an Adeptus Administratum. We've received several official forms to the effect that Darkonis' orbit is currently deemed unsafe for tide storage due to an unspecified threat that has sprung up on the world in your absence. What do the noble houses want? The messages have no discernible structure or cause. Professions of loyalty, audience requests, even pleas for leniency. Something has agitated the upper echelons and the nobility. They're scared. You're requested to come to the Palace of Justice in person. The prefect speaks of a terrible heresy that is threatening the Von Valancius Protectorate. While you were away, steps were taken to prevent the spread of the corruption. However, your presence is required to make a final decision. Prefect Voltur will meet you in person for a confidential conversation. What do you say, Solomon? While you were away, or something or someone decided your capital world was up for grabs. We'll make sure this heresy rues the day it was born. The tide bars must be recovered at any cost. I will depart for the planet at once. All of those options were just depart for the planet. So we also have a delay here. The Adeptus Administratum has mired the colony in mind-numbing appraisal process, the completion of which continues to be delayed. Accelerate the process with a generous donation. Get rid of 2 profit factors. Burn a few clerks. Get rid of some promethium. Or use the interim as a lesson in patience and acceptance. I mean, I have 50 promethium, but I also have 180 profit factor, but also I'm greedy. Let's burn a few clerks. Burnings create disruptions in the bureaucratic chain. Important documents are misplaced, and the only solution is for the entire process to begin again anew. I mean, that didn't sound like it solved my problem. I want to take Cabela, but I guess I can't. Grimdark Tavern, a YouTube channel with AI songs, custom bangers. I don't know how much I feel about AI songs, but it's meant to be burned anyway, right? It's good use of the Prometheum. Rogue Trader Von Valancius, welcome back to the Palace of Justice. Why were the tithe barges detained? Due to recent suspicion of the heresy appropriating the sacred tithe, an emergency inspection has been initiated. Estimated said inspection is complete. The tithe will remain in the custody of the administratum. Estimated period 143 years. Have you ever pondered the nature of heresy, Von Valancius? Perhaps to your mind, heresy is merely limited to Xenos, Warpspawn, and Insurgents, but there are other heresies whose existence is far more easily forgotten. Those of negligence, of avarice, of confusion and disorder. What are you getting at? Rogue Trader, biggest turd Von Valancius, in accordance with Amendment of Decree 64-98DF, issued by the Adeptus Administratum and the Adeptus Arbites, you stand accused of countless heresies that threaten the sacred tithe and the well-being of the Protectorate. All related statements have been formulated and evidence of your crime registered. The proceedings will commence as soon as you and your accomplices present yourself as the accused. A trial awaits you. Who in the void do you think you are? I am his servant and a votary of the Imperium's prosperity. I cannot stand idly by and watch you trample on the glorious legacy of your bloodline. Grab your weapon. I do not recommend this course of action, Rogue Trader. You cannot stop the machine of justice, for its millstones have already been set in motion. Such rashness will only worsen your situation further. %15 is pretty bad. Is the doggo still broke? I think so, but maybe not. I'd have to take a look. AI music's greater than half the slop dished out by modern pop singers. Fair. I don't want to make my case worse here, and I just feel like I am not the guy to succeed at this. Just believe. Part of the cards. Oh, I'm gonna have to kill all those arbiters. We rolled a 43. The arbiters beat you to the draw. The defense is punished before you can land a single blow. Now I have even more people to kill. Stop resisting. There was an option that would take the party with us. Would it have changed the outcome? No, I don't think so. I think we were all I think all three of those options led to the same path. In the name of the God Emperor, the Von Valancius dynasty stands accused of betraying the Imperium. The prefect picks up a scroll bearing administrative seals. The trial is public so that all may see the Rogue Trader's heresies and know that your status and power are no shield against righteous punishment. Marshal Strax, you have the floor. State the list of crimes against the Lex Imperialis that will be examined here today. Strax stares at you coldly and reads, resisting the justice of the Imperium, conspiring to steal the sacred tithes, undermining the legitimate authorities on an imperial world, involving sorcery and damage to the tithe, conceiving and executing plans to disrupt sector-wide tithe shipments, and the subsequent destruction of a strategically important planet. Abelard, answer the charges. Barely containing his seething rage, Abelard thunders, biggest Turg Von Valancius, bearer of the sacred warrant and God Emperor's anointed with sovereign of this protectorate, denies these false accusations. The administrative and Adeptus Arbites will not get away with this flagrant attempt to sully the Rogue Trader's good name and plunder his dynasty's coffers. Make no mistake. Look at Abelard's drip. Also, everyone is flying in this scene. He's not touching the ground. Neither are any of these guys. You can see them floating above their shadows. Let the record show that the defendant disregarded the opportunity given to him but to repent, which only adds to the gravity of his guilt. We will proceed to the examination of the individual heresies committed by the defendant. We're going to be here a while. Conspiring with the captain of the Heartless to steal the sacred tithe. Upon arriving on Rycad Minoris, the Rogue Trader aided Captain Sargona in loading the tithe onto his ship under the cover of a planetary riot. So this is confusing. We didn't actually play Act 1 with this DLC, so I missed whatever this event was. There is Act 1 stuff with the DLC. Biggest Turd von Valancius later eliminated his accomplice using Adeptus Arbites forces led by Proctor Anther. The Proctor attempted to appease the Rogue Trader's greed by offering the frigate known as the Heartless in exchange for the safety of the Tithe. Then, the Rogue Trader boarded the ship in an attempt to seize the Tithe. His action led to the death of a squad of Arbiters. Proctor Anther alone survived the Rogue Trader's murderous ploy. Biggest Turd von Valancius personally eliminated his accomplice, Captain Sargona, in order to destroy the evidence of his schemes. The Prefect looks up at his scroll and sweeps her indifferent gaze over you. Do you have anything to say in your defense? You are talking... I mean, let's go for coercion over persuasion for the most part. I can but appeal to your own common sense. Marshal Strex, can you recall even one instance where a heretic attempted to steal the Tithe while taking a few dozen arbiters along for company? It is certainly an unorthodox tactic, perhaps even suicidal. No, I can recall no such cases. Let a new charge be added to the record, attempting to manipulate an official. Marshal, I hope I do not need to remind you of your duty. According to the calculation of the Tithe transformed from the Heartless, the Administratum was short 3 units of volumes. It's presumed the Rogue Trader did not risk seizing more in the presence of the Proctor, but even 1 ounce unaccounted for makes the Tithe incomplete. Let's move on to Thesera, a world underpaid the appropriate Tithe amount, a crime that should have been remedied by the Rogue Trader. Proctor, you are hereby called to testify. Describe what happened on the planet. Have your party speak for you about everything and refuse to talk? It's tempting, but we're so good at talking. Like, that is what our character is built for. When we arrived on Thesera, the Rogue Trader and I were drawn into the machinations of the planetary governor who used sorcery on the Emperor's anointed, but the Rogue Trader managed to overcome the effects of the ritual and do battle with the heretic. The governor was executed, and we... A lie uttered in the Palace of Justice is a serious offense, Proctor. Glado, retrieve recording Thesera 84 Alpha. Bark, bark, bark. I am a dog. The Prefect nods to the Marshal, who removes a device from his belt. The press of a button and Glado responds with a sharp metallic clang. His paws carry him to Strax. The Cybermastiff's entire body begins to tremble, the feet clawing up tiny sparks, and then he projects a pict recording from his eyes onto the floor. The footage depicts a scene from Glado's viewpoint. The quality is terrible, but you can make out the hall where the sculptor is conducting the sinister ritual. You see Maeve interfere with the ritual and the beam of warp energy connecting the two of you. You hear Solomon's command. The scene changes and you see Maeve, or rather yourself in Maeve's body, wandering through the streets of Thesera. The next clip brings you back to the hall where Solomon is firing at the altar. The events in the recording are echoed by a dragging pain in your muscles and a fog in your head. Solomon pales, a vein throbs in his temple, and you can clearly hear his teeth grinding. Touching my dog was a big mistake. As we can observe, Proctor Anther destroyed the heretical altar, and then a fight ensued in which the Psyker died. There is not a single shred of evidence that the Rogue Trader actually overcame the sorcery. It's more likely that the person standing beside us is a heretic and a creature of corruption. Did you watch the entire recording? Notice any differences in behavior, did you? Well, you seem to be offended by the insinuation that you are prone to fainting spells. It is quite strange. Marshal? The old woman stares at the Arbiter without blinking, as if hypnotizing him. Finally convinced that the Marshal's conversation with you is over, she returns to her papers. Be a good dog, modify all the recordings, right? I can't believe this dog just sold us out. Snitch. The Prefect leafs through a few pages. The court also takes note of the pernicious effects of the Rogue Trader's handling of the Emperor's servants entrusting to his authority. Since arriving from Thesera, the Rogue Trader has done his duty by passing judgment on several subjects within the walls of this hallowed hall. Yes, I remember that quest. Forbidding the doleful host from capturing the choir master, the Rogue Trader confirmed his complicity in the activities of the infamous heretic Konrad Voigtker, to whom the choir master had been relaying messages that led to mutinies, acts of heresy, and other forms of disobedience. The Adderbardes had to step in and execute omnius pras themselves. Let me present you a Vox recording of Cardinal Anviles, who was pardoned by the Rogue Trader, only to be detained at the cathedral next to the bodies of 40 members of his congregation slain at his hand. Well, I didn't expect this was going to come back to bite me in the ass when I let these heretics blatantly go free. I have committed a lot of heresy. The Cardinal's voice is clearly heard over the whispering static. I beg, I implored, but you didn't listen. Oh, how they pleaded, how they cried out to me, how they stank of corruption. If I could purify not them myself, I can purify them, all of them, the women, the children, the old, all of them. He makes a sound between a cough and a cackle. The rogue trader ordered the execution of Lady Moles Secundus, her children, both of her husbands, as well as a functionary of the Administratum, in whose case there had been no formal investigation of any kind. The verdict left the Moles and Secundus family enterprise with no worthy managers, resulting in catastrophic decline in the inefficiency of production facilities of importance to the Imperium. In addition, due to the unexpected execution, the aforementioned functionary had no time to hand over his responsibilities to his successor, which significantly affected the operations of the Department of the Administratum. Dude, these guys are so wordy. First, the Administratum is unable to do its duty and asks for help, and now it has the audacity to criticize the verdicts of the rogue trader. Prefect, your accusations do not merely cast aspersions on the competence of the Administratum, they challenge the sanctity of the decisions of the Emperor's anointed. I can't predict the future. A poor outcome is a possibility in every case. If I had chosen a different path, the Prefect still would have found fault with it. The Adeptus Arbites never hesitates in passing judgment, for our hand is guided by the God Emperor. To condemn the one who passes judgment is to question the God Emperor himself. Marshal, enough! Not a single muscle twitches in the Prefect's face, but her eyes blaze with barely suppressed annoyance. Moving on, the defendant was placed in an unprecedented position of trust by the Adeptus Arbites and the Administratum. Entrusted with the coordinates of where the tithe was held. As agreed, the defendant was to transport the sacred tribute to Dargonus, but what did he do? The Marshal snaps his finger over Glado's head. The Mastiff flinches as if from a bolter shot, but obediently plays another recording. So Lady Theodora intended to steal the tithe from the start. She arranged the world's destruction to cover her tracks, installed a servant to keep an eye on things, and even made a contingency plan in case of her own death. All that was needed was an opportune moment like this one. With the Expanse being torn apart, the planet's death looks convincing. Tithe theft, orchestrated by Theodora von Valancius, committed by the defendant, witnessed by Proctor Anthar. I like that I can just declare the trial concluded and attack everybody. This is not going well. I don't know, man. I feel like my guy is so cocky, he would be like, yeah, I stole half the tithe. I don't care. It's mine. I'm the boss. The sacred tithe is not intended to be used by anyone other than the Administratum, the deliverers of his will. The Adeptus Administratum, like the Adeptus Arbites, only oversees the allocation of the tithe. I do not need to remind you of that, do I, Prefect? How good of you to speak up, Gregorius. As an addendum to the proceedum, we will be examining the heresies of Solomon Anthor resulting from his moral failures to oppose the greed of the heretic von Valancius. Glato says, I have been in your retinue long enough to acknowledge that you are the only true power in all of the Expanse. I do say I will not forgive you for using Glato like this. But Solomorn is his own master. I do not choose for him, but if you think that an Arbiter's tenets can be so easily broken by any passing stranger, you insult the very core of the Adeptus Arbites. I'm basically trying to turn them against each other right now. That seems to be the plan that we're going for. The rogue trader is right. If an Arbiter has dared to stray from the Lex, then he never was an Arbiter. The fault lies with me for not seeing the weakness in his heart. Well, the proceedings are nearing their conclusion. The collection of transgressions and heresies have been brought before this court of the God Emperor's servants once and for all branded the rogue trader an abomination. Who thought all his deeds had sought to satisfy his petty and base desires rather than truly serve him? You are here today to witness the fall of the von Valancius dynasty and the long-awaited punishment that will be served upon it. Houses of Dargonus, do you reject the authority of this heretic? I'm so curious how this would go if you were dogmatic. Like, would this trial exist at all? Drivestem? If I may interrupt, Mistress Voltaire, Urban Drivestem, Governor of Dargonus, visibly nervous at the sight of the armed arbitrators. We are much obliged to you for arranging this gathering. The emphasis on the last word leaves no doubt that the noble's presence at the palace is involuntary. However, all that has now taken place here does not change the facts. House von Valancius holds the warrant of trade. House von Valancius is a rogue trader's dynasty, and no amount of legal contortions will change that. House Drivestem is loyal to the rogue trader. Good for you, Drivestem, even after I killed your son. Toriana Gaprak makes the sign of the Aquila. No shadow shall fall upon the name of House von Valancius or eclipse the radiance of the benevolent rogue trader line. Whatever your mechanical dog may say, House Caprak is loyal to the rogue trader. Sourback raises his head, his eyes burning with an almost deranged loyalty. Venerating the letter of the law is not fidelity to justice. Straying from the tenets of the Lex is not discerning the essence of truce and the granting of retribution. The man is silent for a few seconds before he almost shouts out, House Sourback is loyal to the rogue trader. Well, if anyone was going to betray me, it was Sourback, so let's go. Clementia looks straight at you as the prefect does not even exist. She makes the sign of the Aquila and says House Rorsarian is loyal to the rogue trader. Proctor Yeager, allow me to address you, even though I am not of the first families of Dargonis. Proctor Yeager, Adeptus Arbites, Lethus Outposts, biggest turd von Valancius made every effort not only to save the tithe, but also the contingent stationed on Lethus. I propose such an act would have been entirely nonsensical if he was intent on simply stealing the tithe. End of report. Volter stiffens as though what she has heard has come to a very unpleasant surprise. Her slender fingers grip the armrests of her chair. Her knuckles crack. This world and its denzians are rotten to the core. The prefect draws herself up straight with such force that you hear the arduous grinding of her implants. Her voice is cold and slightly tumultuous. Decree GC 781/89 Supplement 982. For tithe theft, participation in foul sorcery, and other crimes against the Imperium, biggest turd von Valancius is sentenced to death. The property of the dynasty is hereby confiscated and placed under the oversight of the Adeptus Administratum. Any last words, convict? Now, I feel like I should probably ask Marshal Strax here. I could sentence them all to death. Evidence, arguments, and witness, even the Lex Imperialis, are just an attempt to gain the upper hand over someone like me. There's only one law in the Expanse, and I am it. But free heresy, right? This is kind of thing is like Marshal Strax still agreed to arrest me here. So as far as I'm concerned, and his arbiters just like beat me down. So as far as I'm concerned, he's dead anyway. Now is not the time for heresy. Don't we technically stay above the law anyway to a certain degree? Yeah, I mean, I am quite literally, I am the law. Like, these guys don't have any ability to actually sentence me to death. It's a power play, yeah. I think because I was convincing Marshal Strax, I want to go with this option before we go heresy. Because I think it's going to give me an alternative heretical option. Rogue Trader and the Administratum have equal claim over the tithe. Well, they're only allowed to, like, collect it. I think I get to decide, like, how it's used, but... if it doesn't give a new heretical option, are we going back in time? Possibly. You've heard my arguments and the prefect's distorted version of the truth. Do you require more information before you denounce the real culprit? Nah, nice, okay. There is weight to your argument, Rogue Trader, but even if you're right about the prefect, that does not immediately disprove all accusations against you. You've demonstrated clearly that your vaunted Lex is worth nothing. You bend and mold the law to suit your desires, and yet power is so intoxicating, so difficult to give up. Am I wrong, Strax? Inscriba heaves in a breath, ready to launch into a vehement tirade, but the Marshal raises his right hand and everyone falls silent. That is enough, Volter. I trusted you, and I failed to notice when your wise counsel turned into instructions and orders, when my every action became subject to your avaricious schemes rather than the Lex. But now I see things with perfect clarity. The way you tried to manipulate the truth to achieve your ends, you turned me into a puppet and then trampled on his laws. Prefect and Scriba Voltur, you are charged with fraud, attempted assassination of the Emperor's Anointed, and undermining the foundations of the Lex Imperialis. Surrender now and accept a dignified death. I must refuse, Marshal Gregorius Strax. I charge you with treason against the Imperium and conspiring with a heretic. Fangs of the Expanse, to battle! Cops versus mercenaries. Uh-oh. 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 Tuck and roll, baby. This whole place is coming down.
The absurdity of your struggle.
Nice. So I have all the arbiters on my side for this fight then. And we're just up against the mercenaries. And I guess this giant cannon. Blastcrete barrier, 8 HP. Voltur, 19 HP. We appear to all have challenged issue. Dueling tactics. Mercenary select their target. Until they suffer damage, the mercenary suffers minus 80% damage from all other sources. I see how it is. J'accuse, they all say. Once you deal damage to a target, do not deal damage to any other target until the initial target is dead. If the guilt is proven, at the end of the turn, the weapon of justice will fire at this character. If not proven, or the accuser is killed, it will fire in the prefect's direction instead. Accusation, malicious acts against humanity. Huh. Well, I guess I got to attack this guy first.
I will savor your delectable anguish.
Threat identified. Dash through him. Turn on sworn enemy. I should have done that earlier. And hit him again. Taihaiku, welcome on in, dude. Thank you for the raid. Hello. How we doing? Rocking a little Total War Warhammer. Love it. Love it. How was your campaign going? Who you playing as? I guess we just elusive shadow and then... Man, I'm just gonna dash back down here. Nice.
Stay vigilant.
I'm a little confused about this ability.
Justice, scum.
But
Weapon at the ready.
I'm hoping it'll make sense as the fight goes on. Assumably, we gotta hit that glass 8 times. Ooh, Adira.
Follow my lead.
Ow, 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 ow. That was not so good. Abelard is marked by this guy. Ah, but he's not accused. So I think we can actually just charge him. Threat identified.
Indeed. At your beck and call.
God, Big A hits like a brick nowadays.
It will be done.
We'll get a couple of taunts in. You know what? Let's just do that. Just in case. This is a single target fight. I think it changes based on each character. The weapon of justice is 2800 HP. Yikes. Oh, Adira. And my servo skull is down. What a pain. Good job, Gregorius. Gluttony. Use a consumable item. All right. What tier are you? How do I know what tier you are? Tier 2.
I need no guidance.
Quick, quick!
That counts as a consumable, right? I definitely don't want to use this elixir of warp vitality. Let's have Marizai serve me. We're gonna need to
Ruin beckons.
I gotta reactivate.
One step closer.
We'll get the resolve buff on everybody, and then
Purpose guides me.
I think I'll put Demon Pathy on Pascal. Okay. It's kind of fun. I like this like requirement. Pascal's not being. Oh no, yes you are. So J'accuse. Let's do a precise shot here with Call the Bold. Chunky. I think we'll just rock that for now. The soundtrack though, and the soundtrack for this whole game is super, super tight. Like, I would argue this is the best 40k game that exists by far. You and your Cyber Mastiff must deal the same number of instances and damage. That's gonna be real hard when the Cyber Mastiff is broken and doesn't have a weapon. Who accused you? Negligence of duty. Deal 2 or more instances of damage. Prefect Voltur is the source. Yeah, Solomon, you're just kind of out of luck here, bud. This is gonna suck for you, and there ain't much you can do about it, buddy.
Understood.
He's probably gonna die here.
Accepted.
Give him the sniper shot.
I'll take it as a priority.
Maybe because we did like 2 instances of damage, it still counted? Uh-oh. You can repair the Mastiff with innate dual stock joystick, but you need to exit the game and restart with it. So the problem is he's missing his claw attack. It's a weird glitch that's been going on. That's actually fixed, but I think because of a very specific point in which we applied the patch, it's not working for us.
I yearn for agony.
Marizai is not under threat of anybody, so I think let's just go up here and start hacking and slashing and chopping that meat. You know?
Slow and painful is the way. Warrior of anguish.
0 damage.
Behold, here before me.
Hey, the toxins worked.
With good warrior of anguish.
And it spread. Did it, actually? No, it didn't. I'm having a lot of issue with this item.
Behold.
Trying to figure out like how to phrase it to the bug team. You know what? We'll just charge that up for the next round.
Stay vigilant.
Man, I'm sad we don't have Adira in this fight, but... And your turn adjacent to an ally. Blech.
My place is
That'll
at
work.
the fore.
That'll work. Oh, I guess that was the accuser, so that just kind of automatically triggered that.
Indeed.
I'm gonna give you reckless strike here, just in case. I'm gonna give you your defensive stance. I'm gonna give you sworn enemy. I'm gonna let you smack this guy. That did a surprisingly low amount of damage, but okay.
I will do my duty.
And
It will be done.
I guess we might as well just taunt him. And another one. It's like 5 shots in there right now. Double parry. Big hit.
Weapon at the ready.
To die.
Solomorn, you're getting chewed up, buddy. You're a bunch of sniper rifle zealots. Yeah, Marcel Gregorius, go help out your proctor. Go defend the Lex, which also sucks, and we're trying to rewrite it, but you need to hit Mercenary Delta. That's why he's not taking any damage.
I need no guidance.
But now he is. I don't think this is going to work properly. No. That accuser's up next. You're probably the guy to do this with, Pascal. No more accusations. You gotta be close. How much HP does this have? 2 shots left. Oh, and they barricaded this. I was gonna say, man, if we only had Cabela, we could have just ran up and stabbed him on the first turn. I suppose that makes some sense.
Cogitation failed.
Go for that little extra damage there. We're all at full HP. I feel like that's a slightly better spot for me in terms of cover.
One step closer.
But what if I gave Solomorn a full turn? Would that be worth it? Probably not. What if I gave Pascal a full turn
There is no mercy
with unlimited
found in my
attacks,
heart.
and he just said, why don't I kill everybody? Why don't I kill everybody? I don't understand what's happening. 95% chance he rolls a 98 and then rolls 100. I don't have enough to AoE. What is happening? That he rolls a 99 on this guy? Pascal, I don't understand your math, young man. That guy is taking very little damage.
Request approved.
That one didn't even show up here. Here we go. Hits cover instead of mercenary beta. All right. Well, sugar.
I will triumph.
And your turn on a cell which is 4 or more cells away from where you started. Yeah, I don't mind that. 1, 2, 3, 4.
The Omnissiah knows all.
Big reload there.
Heads fall.
Dude, what is happening?
Denied.
What do you mean request denied?
What it is contrary to dogmatic protocols.
That was weird.
Request.
Finally. Shadows become reversed for a moment.
Override. My vow is to serve. Running binary override.
We're just going to queue up a few things. One more shot on this barrier. And we'll have it. We got XCOM'd really hard on Pascal's turn, yeah. Yeah, never leave Cabela on the ship. It's true. Every time I do, I regret it. Who is this mercenary accusing? This guy has dueling tactics up, but I don't know who it's against. Because it doesn't appear to be any of our characters. Possibly Adira? Maybe? $25.
It won't take long.
Solomorn, you are just useless because of this glitch.
Understood.
Honestly, you might as well just die so I don't have to use you anymore.
Weather the
Is that a chainsword? Oh, this is the chainsword flamer. Wow, it's huge. Okay, that's a lot of guys. Here's the thing, if I attack down here, it's gonna do a lot of splash damage.
Just a minor setback.
It is handled.
We're gonna dance here, slash him,
Perfect killing strike.
slash him, dance here, slash him,
Revel in your terror.
slash him,
Useless plaything. Broken
sworn
already.
enemy,
It would be beneath
slash
me to
him
attempt
with this,
build.
then blend into the shadows. That works pretty well.
Pain and duty go hand in hand. Tried and tested tactics are the best ones.
Now he's bleeding, so Abelard does a ton of extra damage
At
to
your
him.
back and call. I took care of this one.
Rip, 300 damage.
It will be done. I will do my duty.
And then we just bait taunt that guy. We'll kill him in a single shot. Nice. Strax doing work. Honestly, I need to be accused so that I can have some more of these effects trigger. I guess we'll move up here and then... I'm gonna light you on fire with my totally not heresy.
I need no guidance.
Warp Shriek you and somehow not have it do any damage. You guys feel like you have it solved. Big Papa P's on the floor.
I will triumph.
Can I use my fire staff? I gotta remember to use this guy when I'm doing psychic damage because I do a lot more psychic damage when I have him out. Well, I do like 2 more psychic damage. I guess let's just give a turn to Solomorn.
Accepted.
Great, good job, buddy. Nailed it.
Don't touch me.
You're gonna go after Abelard and get parried. And then he's gonna gut you alive. 135 damage. Whoo-wee. Okay, there's only 1 more guy left. No, sorry, 2 more guys. Deal 2 or more instances of damage. I mean, you've got run and gun, so it is doable.
I'll take it as a priority. The order is clear.
That should have cracked open the wall, but... I guess it did not. There we go. Boom. More confessors. Or acolytes. Plasma guns. Uh-oh. Noblemen. Shouldn't they be on my side? All of the nobles were like, we love the rogue trader. He's our best friend. Pirates.
I will herd the prey.
So we're gonna charge in here. Stab these two. Stab them again. Stab them again. And then stab them again. Then we're gonna dodge over to these guys. Where we can't stab them. But we can at least be in range of them.
Follow my lead.
All right, big A.
One to a target. Reduced to dust. Victory is imminent. At your beck and call.
Get your guns up.
That's not the Seneschal's job.
Get yourself bulwarked.
Indeed.
Give yourself the endure.
It will be done.
Ready to boogie. It's funny that like both of my tanks are on one side. Ablar's just caving in skulls. That's what he does, man. Marizai's not bleeding. Oh, you're right. I guess because we took the bleed boost off of him. That's a counterattack. Oh, well. I guess it would be if he had a weapon out.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
Huh? Huh? You're not a real mercenary. Are you? All the mercenaries appear to have glitched out. Make biggest Turg in Age of Wonders? I mean, it's not a bad idea. Wow, man, my movement speed sucks.
I won't waste my time on that. Purpose guides me.
Very confused.
One step closer.
Put myself down here as very confused. I'm pretty sure if you attack, you'll get a bonus attack. Because you hit 3 guys.
Accepted.
You did not. All right, well. What if I did this?
Sentence has been passed. Executed. One less. High momentum. The order's
Low
clear.
momentum, high momentum. That's fun. I don't know, man. I think you're just good. I have to wait to be able to shoot him. Unfortunately, that kills the Marizai. And those guys apparently don't exist, so I don't know, just pop a squat. He's run and gun. Take some chonky bleed. No problem, no problem. All right, what if I went back here and reactivated Glado?
Mark the target.
I'm also in heal range here, so that feels like maybe a good idea.
One of us would be enough.
Doggy, you can guard me.
Oblivion approaches.
This is the last tie, so like...
What? I'm done playing with you.
It's like, I assume combat has to end. Yeah. Plasma isn't scary. They'll probably miss all their shots. I don't know, man. Plasma does some serious damage. And serious AoE. Ooh, now I'm in the big chair. Prefect Vulture kneels before you. Scores of fragile implants all over her body are twitching convulsively, giving her the appearance of a crushed insect. She tries to let out a cough, and then an unnerving smile appears on her lips. I at least had to try. I served the Von Valencia's Protectorate faithfully for over 100 years, painstakingly cultivating orders where others failed to do so. While you and your ancestors sowed anarchy and havoc within your ever-changing whims, I stood on as the linchpin that kept this domain from sinking into criminal disarray. It was because of me that this gargantuan system continued to function with barely a flaw. The only source of disruption was the rogue trader. Yes, I at least had to try. Try what? To take the Protector for yourself? The Protector isn't yours. It never was. Have you not read your own warrant even once? Every conquest, every planet claimed by a rogue trader belongs to the Imperium. You are supposed to act as its vassal and nothing more, but rogue traders are incapable of efficient rule. All that drives you is craving for profit and reckless exploits. Well, also the suffering of other humans. The limitless potential of the Protectorate is wasted in the hands of spoiled fools, and I am tired of watching you desecrate the very foundations of the Imperium. If it weren't for you, the Protectorate would be operating for the good of the throne as impeccably as a sacred machine of the Omnisaya. Do you have anything to say in your defense? Only the guilty try to defend themselves, whereas I acted in the interests of the Imperium. Such a shame that such things cannot be set right by bureaucratic means, and that the short-sightedness of certain people serving in adjacent divisions. She pauses meaningfully, watching the Marshal knit his brows. So often becomes an insurmountable objective. Death? Death? Or work in the tithe storages? If there's one thing I feel like I've recently learned from Lady Theodora, is that death is often not really that good a punishment. And in fact, making them live out their lives as a servitor above a space station, knowing that they will never succeed, is way better. Instead of just killing them, it's like a slow, torturous death. Torture by bean counting, right? It would be a pity to lose such a valuable professional. I sentence you to work at the tithe storages, where you will catalog the contents in solitude until the day you die. The prefect grimaces. To be spared for the rest of my life from having to watch you bring the Imperium's territory to ruin? That is a reward, rogue trader, but I suppose you are right. Catalyzing shipment chronicles is an art long overdue for some righteous supervision, and none except me and your entire domain is capable of performing this function adequately. Spared for the rest of my life from having to watch you bring the territories to ruin. You know, on second thought, Executor. I don't think she'd grimace if she was happy about this. I think she's trying to find her way out of this right now. I have not the strength to attempt something like this again. She sounds tired and sincere, like you've caught this woman, the lawmonger, a glimpse of the woman this lawmonger once was. You experienced the full force of the Lex Imperialis and survived. Marshal Gregorius Strax takes a measured step forward, his armor clanging. You must judge me also, rogue trader. Oh, I'm going to. I've shamed the Adeptus Arbites by succumbing to the prefect's manipulations and betrayed the Lex Imperialis, the very law I was meant to uphold. I am guilty. I insist you pass the sentence and carry it out immediately. Death? High Overseer of Vabo 6. That's not bad. Like, that was what Solomon decided was the worst possible punishment he could possibly have. I am going to ask him, you helped me defeat the prefect. Why would I sentence you? Remorse does not absolve me from being culpable. I have betrayed the Lex. There's no going back for traitors. Can we make Solomon our new marshal? That's kind of what I'm hoping. Jailers and nuts. Prisoners were going nuts because of Solomon. Yeah, exactly, right? Like, it's just... It's its own reward as far as I'm concerned. I consider this measure unduly lenient, but I have no right to protest your decision. He brings a closed fist to his chest and adds solemnly, for your judgment is final. Mercy is heresy. Strax sets a shield down, detaches his carapace, places it over the shield, now clad only in his undersuit uniform. Wow, I really blended those together. He looks smaller without his armor and very tired. I, Marshal Gregorius Strax, am stepping down from my post, no longer fit to wear this armor. May its new wearer bring honor to the Lex. Solomon, that's yours. The rest of the room stands still, all eyes turned on you. The final verdict, what you say next, will decide the fate of not just the Adeptus Arbites, but justice in the Koronus Expanse as a whole. Wielder gains 1 deflection, 10 parry. Whenever you successfully block an attack, you gain a number of kinesiostatic shield stacks equal to the portion of that attack damage. When you make an attack with the shield, it does energy damage with 50% armor pen using those stacks. The Marshal's armor, 80% heavy armor. Attacks of opportunity, immobilized for 1 round, 3 deflection if strength is higher than 70. His hat, when the wearer hits an enemy with a shield, all allies gain 5 resolve. We can say the Arbites choose a new marshal. I can say they choose a new marshal, but will never accept interference. We can name Solomon the new marshal. We can purge the Adeptus Arbites. Or we can disband the Adeptus Arbites. All members of the organization are henceforth outlawed and stripped of the right to judge my subjects. From this day forward, the Koronus Expanse has 1 executioner of judgment and law. Me, biggest Turg von Valentius. It will be done, rogue traitor. Justice is done and my judgment is made. Among the broken fragments of the great scales and the burning Arbites banners, the people kneel as one. The verdict has been announced. Whatever the future may hold, one thing is certain. The Koronus Expanse will not be the same. We are the police. We are officially Judge Judy and Executioner. Yes. 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 As soon as I saw it, he wasn't going to pick anything else. Of course, the option is disband the cops. Hell yeah, brothers.
Intriguing.
And we got new swag. Oh.
Would you look at that?
Drag the chest out. What's all this? Shields? Hurricane Squall, Cyber Eagles, an upgrade to the dog. Thermodynamic Protocol. At the start of the Overseer's turn, allies in a 4-cell radius have their burning toxin bleeding levels reduced by fell bonus. At the end of the Overseer's turn, the servo skull explodes, mimicking the effects of a fire grenade. This is, I guess, all the people we killed. A broken base of the scales is adorned with the patina-covered emblem of the Adeptus Arbites. Purity seals suggest it was being consecrated before being immured. The Maragon Shield. The wielder's incoming damage is reduced by dogmatic rank. A Maragon Ring. When the wearer kills a target for the first time in a round, the attack automatically hits. Their next attack automatically hits. And the arbitrator's abilities used this round can be used again. While under the effects of ruthless suppression. The hell is ruthless suppression? If there are 2 or more enemies in a 2-cell radius around the arbiter, no critical hits can be scored against the arbiter or their familiar, and the arbiter and their familiar's critical hits chances increased by coercion. Whenever an enemy adjacent to the arbiter gets up from being prone, they provoke an attack of opportunity. And the Miragon helmet. If the wearer of the arbiter with the castigator specialization, their castigator abilities are 0. I do not know what the castigator specialization is, but I guess we did not take it. Solomon, we obviously have a bunch of new stuff for you. All that stuff can go. Also, sorry, I have a upgraded melta gun here for Abelard. I've been meaning to give him that. Yeah, we'll give you that. Even though I'm not sure if you have ruthless suppression. You are dogmatic. But I feel like this kineostatic shield is just an upgrade of the shield you're currently using. So I'm going to give you that. You actually can't wield the Marshal's heavy bonus. 3 deflection if your strength is above 70. Yeah, you're nowhere close to that. So that's really like a melee armor. And we're a shotgun guy, so. 2 deflection and 12 parry. I love this insulator shield because it gives that 35% reduction to energy, fire, and shock. But I do wonder, is the extra parry and deflection probably better for him? And the answer I gotta say is, I think yes. That gives him a base 10 deflection. I could give Abelard this helmet. I just don't think that that's very good. 5 resolve does not stack when hitting with a shield. I think his drip is better. Give me back your hat drip. Then we got this like heavy shield, 1 deflection, 12 parry. Combat stimulant boosts. Okay, interesting. So I'm wearing power armor, and this armor is maybe better. This Marshal's armor is actually 1 additional deflection. Because I have enough strength. So I could make Abelard the new Marshal. But we took this power armor perk. I feel like I kind of have to give it to him. Also, like, he would do less damage with the axe if I took that away. And the axe is sort of like his jam. You want this ring? Yeah. We'll give you the ring. I'll give you that Arbity shields as well. All right, well, whatever. I think I'm happy enough with this. Shocked he didn't get a cool shotgun from this encounter, but power armor gave him that 15 strength. Yeah, exactly, right?
The world will bow.
And like Abelard is hitting like a goddamn Mack truck right now because of that, so just gonna do a little look for secrets check. Quick little look for secret check. Don't have enough time to judge all those miscreants. We need our brown shirts. Bow, bow, bow. We are going to need to put on all these level ups we have. That is all of our quests. Oh, we got another quick round of levels. Archetypes and skills. So you can actually get some new Psyker abilities. The Psyker is burning. Reduce armor. Scores a critical hit against 8 creatures in 1 combat. That's kind of hard for me. Psychic power. All enemies adjacent to the Psyker suffer direct damage. The same also happens when the Psyker suffers damage from burning, bleeding, or melee attacks. That's kind of fun. It means basically if I get attacked, I immediately backlash. Force weapons are better. Decreased veil degradation. After triggering psychic phenomenon or perils of the warp for the first time each turn. Now, does this require the Psyker to do it? Or like if Adira triggers it? Turn. Some of a character's actions during a round. Okay, so it has to be on my turn. Additional range would be pretty nice. Perils of the warp increases momentum. What are the other? The other option is like an officer ability here. Whenever the officer uses an ability on an ally, they gain a perception of ballistic equal to 7, but debuffs the next round. Temporary wounds. None of these are great. Extra movement points. +1 to all characteristics for every action point gained until the end of combat. But that's only like +1. I have to literally use an ability 5 times for that to even do anything. Allies' resolve is increased by 1. That's also sucks. That's only good for the first round. Resolve increased by 3 is okay. Yeah, no, I think we'll grab second sight here. Just give me some extra range on my abilities. And then I guess we'll grab some more coercion. Thought the judge guy was going to be the final fight in the game. No. The final fight is going to be against some sort of like warp entity or I don't know, the Inquisitor or something like that. I'm not entirely certain what the final fight's going to be. Subtle manipulation is okay. You are really like running out of Psyker things. Every non-successful dodge or parry by the Psyker and their allies combined grants the Psyker 2 additional AP. You know what, man? I'm just going to take that. You've got Warp Lore. You've got Awareness. I guess Medicae at this point? I don't know what else I would give you. You have anything starred? No, you never do. Charge and slash do not end the warrior's movement. Reckless strike is a guaranteed critical. I'm taking that. Athletics, carouse, and Medicae for you as well. Precise attack grants the operative a bonus to perception equal to the number of exploits removed. Sure. You've got logic and tech use and I don't know, maybe awareness probably. Oh no, you also have crazy Medicae, so let's give you that. Everybody's getting Medicae apparently. I'm going to give you Eldari equipment just to get it out of the way. You're Liorzinos and Demo. Anther, I don't actually know if we need to be using you anymore. Ballistic skill and fellowship are maxed, so probably toughness. It's kind of too late for you to be doing any strength stuff. Coercion, demolition, and I don't know, persuasion, I suppose. Medicae? Medicae. Why not Medicae? Everybody gets Medicae. You're not needed. You're not needed. You're not needed. Cabela, you are needed. Next attack deals toughness bonus damage. Melee area attacks cost -1 AP less, but no less than 1. Oh, that's pretty good. Whenever the Blade Dancer parries an attack, the number of attacks made by the next Blade Dance is increased by 1. This effect stacks up to 7 times. Take that. Take that and don't even think about it. All right, let's go. Second, I read your guy's name as Biggest Tittus. I mean, I think that's not inaccurate. He's a big lad, okay? He's getting down to business. Subtle manipulation? No, because we really like when things go crazy. When things go crazy, it's good for us. Just to be clear, I still can't do these events, right? This one is Foulstone. Hey, the Heartless is here. Also, there's a Burning World. Have we done the event here? I assume yes. No incidents to report from the Heartless. Fortunately, we cannot get Foulstone. I'm so upset about that still. I'm very upsetty spaghetti about that. And this is the Magnetic Storm, which again, I think is also like our Ox or Auspexes aren't good enough to check this. I'm pretty sure we checked this already, but it's right here, so yeah. So we'll head to Foulstone. Adara is taking a lot of damage from enemies' attack of opportunities. Not often. She's mostly just getting shot a lot. Like, I feel like that's more accurate. Drusus' Blessing, an Ash World, Altar Templum Calixis. Have we been there? This is just the merchant shop, right? Yeah. That's airlocked. All right. We're going to fix up our hull. We received a box message from Footfall. The Inquisition has declared martial law on the station due to the threat of the Malice extremists. Docking will require special permission, and even most of the asteroids have been cordoned off. The station's custodian, her ladyship Incendia Corda, sends her greetings, invites her lordship to disembark at the docks with a small retinue. Her enforcers will meet you there to escort you to another chamber for a private audience. Vigdis, the salve for my heart. Forgive the intrusion, but I have important business with the rogue trader. Oh, Shireen, I simply wish to remind you about my numbskull crew who got themselves captured by some rival Ashmegs. Vladim is too occupied for schemes, and besides, Incendia Corda has already put him in his place, which leaves only Falco. May the Azir tear his soul to pieces. Footfall is straight ahead, and I would rather not waste the precious sand still left in the hourglasses of their lives. He threw a wrench into the works, making my trade network fall apart like a badly assembled chrono. No income, no profits, only damages. All because my right hand is chained up to one of Footfall's asteroids. How about we pay Falco a courtesy visit? I am sure your imposing visage will loosen his tongue and maybe, just maybe, untie the hands of my crew. All right. Yes, let's go and see what happened to your crew. If this is all you have to say, apologies, Lord Captain. What will be your instruction? What other options do we have for landing at Footfall? We have none. The augurs are reporting that all docking gates not watched by enforcers are locked and rigged with explosives. All right. Well, there's only one way in then. We have an insane amount of scrap right now. So let me just grab that upgrade. I also can grab this upgrade. Expeditious Repeat. Can also be used during the acceleration phase. When used, it reloads torpedo launchers. Ooh. And this guy gets upgraded so that he doesn't cost us shield to use anymore. Oh, we're juiced. We're absolutely juiced. The only thing we're missing here is strafe. This ship is bougie. Jay should go in Exchange of Mazrahai as well. She's got Xenos lore. Yeah, I've been thinking I probably will do that. 10 ranks. This Ashmeg. I feel like ballistic skill is most important for her. Give her advanced lore Xenos. I'm going to give you get back in the fight to make you a little bit different. Lore Imperium. Okay. I have a couple of things starred here, so I think we'll just take whatever we can. She can't really parry as part of the problem. 10% armor for the round. Yeah, sure, we'll give you that. Ballistic skill again. I'll give you a focus. I'll give you forces an enemy in their melee range to attack the Vanguard. All the Vanguard's allies who are wielding melee weapons also attack. You gain parry. We'll just give you Wall of Rockcrete. Fellowship. Whenever priority targets enter a cell, they get attacked. What am I going to do with you? Could I get you in power armor? I guess you don't really need it. But you do use a shotgun, so solid projectile weapon expert is not a bad choice. Lore Imperium is your main thing. Commerce is your second. Lore Xenos should be your second. AP increase. Targets of move, gain a bonus to dodge. Lore Xenos. Lead by example. Stand witness. The next officer archetype ability that does not grant an extra turn also affects the officer. That one's okay. Targets an ally with an action. Extra MP. No, man, I'm going to give her like just +3 resolve. Imperium and Xenos. Nice. Okay, so she's got 103 armor and 96 dodge. So she's basically unhittable. I don't think I have a better shotgun for her. Maybe I do, actually. The Advanced Adeptus Arbites shotgun is quite a bit better than what she has. So she can take that. Solomon, you don't have an even better version of that, do you? So I guess we'll give her the scoped shotgun, since it is in fact even better and has a ranged shot. We'll just give you that as a hold off then. And she's currently using the Archaeotech fusion gun. Breath of Purgation. No, that's tempting. The idea was meant to be that Archaeotech fusion gun was her yeah, it's her high armor pen weapon. Single shot high armor pen. 28 to 42. This is like a weird las sniper. Didn't realize the scope shotgun has a range of 3, max 7. I could give her this weird Xenos laser. But if I'm going to do that, I might as well give you the Guardian long rifle. Which is higher armor pen and higher damage. If I'm going to do that, I might as well give you the Eye of Hecaton, which also grants you movement after attacking and allows the wielder to move. And if you hit 3 or more targets, it has no cooldown and it has 100% overpen. For some reason, I have 2 of those. Stupor is also not bad, but what weird sets of items I have here. Okay, I think that's the best gun for her. The Bone Shatterer. All types of physical damage dealt to targets hit by this shotgun pistol are increased by 33%. Damn, dude, I am tempted to almost use this instead of the scoped shotgun. She could dual wield pistols if I did that. Though I don't really know that that's necessary. Fancy Malls, the Roar. Targets hit by this rifle are forced to move 2 cells away. Alright, I think I'm settled here. This weapon inflicts a special immolation effect that inflicts burning 8, but cannot be removed until the end of combat. The target must pass a toughness test with 5 bonuses or become stunned for 1 round. A pitch black desolator that does dark light blast. Nah, man, the Eye of Hecaton's probably the one to go here. Give her the Flamer sword. She doesn't have Flamer proficiency. Weird Xeno laser gets my vote. This is like a really good weapon. Also being able to like shoot and then move and 100% overpen. Really high damage, really high, decent armor pen. The Desolator is kind of fun though. Slightly less damage, slightly higher armor pen. Worse range. I just feel like I'm going to use the scope shotgun if they're in that close. And it's way easier to hit people with that if that's the case. Craft World Power Sword. When did I get this? I got a weapon. Didn't I get a Force Sword that like guarantees parry? Just very recently. This guy? No, 18 levels of warp burn on a critical hit. Wow, that's crazy good. I could have sworn we picked up a sword just recently that was like, you have, if you fail a parry, you get to parry a second time. You know what? It really doesn't matter. This sword is really good. This is also just like 25 bonus to parry, so. And right. Yeah, we have a 95 to parry, so. Sort by type. How dare you give me good advice? See, the swords aren't really all next to each other is the problem with this. They're all scattered throughout. And we can get rid of. Scorpion chainsword. So much stuff in here we don't need. All right, whatever. Let's go to football. But let's do it in the next video. Because all that RPD stuff, the Lex stuff took longer, and so we'll leave football for its own separate video. We hope you tune in. Until then.